The God particle wipe out the universe. The God particle is the nickname given to a subatomic particle known as the Higgs-boson, which scientists spent decades trying to find after its existence was suggested in the mid-20th century. But when the Higgs-boson was finally tracked down, we made a shocking discovery: that this elusive particle could one day be responsible for the end of all things. So let's find out why, as we ask, could the God particle wipe out the universe? Quantum tunneling is a quantum mechanical phenomenon where a particle randomly starts tunneling through a barrier it should ordinarily not be able to pass through. There's no lube required here. Quantum tunneling happens at random, and if it were to take place within the Higgs field, we can say bye-bye to reality. One method involved vacuum decay, whereby a single particle of the Higgs field decays down to a fully energy-less state, kicking off a vacuum bubble expansion that grows at the speed of light. This energy release caused by this expansion would destroy everything in its path while simultaneously erasing all the physical laws of the universe. The bubble could be one of many such bubbles which will one day erupt across the universe. And the scary part is that several of them might already exist, and they could be on their way towards us right now. These bubbles expand at the speed of light, so we'd never see them coming. A vacuum decay event would hit Earth and destroy all of us in less time than it takes to open a jar of Reese's. We're all doomed. The Higgs boson has been described by Michio Kaku as the fuse for the explosion which created the universe. More specifically, it is an elementary particle, a quantum excitation of something called the Higgs field, a crucial field within particle physics theory. It gives shape and size to everything that exists, and now we found it, we're having a lot of fun playing with this most intriguing particle. The Higgs boson was first speculated to exist back in the 1960s by Peter Higgs and Francois Englert, when physicists were trying to solve a conundrum of the Big Bang. The original theory was unable to account for particles with mass, so some scientists imagined that every particle had zero mass. That made the math work, but it didn't fit reality, because we know that electrons, quarks, and all elementary particles possess mass. Anyway, Higgs proposed that the mass of an electron was an illusion. We know that the mass of an electron can appear to change when it passes through a crystal, so Higgs theorized that the mass of all electrons was a mirage. They have no mass, they just appear to do so because reality exists inside one giant crystal. Or more accurately, a crystal-like substance called the Higgs field. This theory was confirmed in 2012 upon the discovery of the Higgs boson particle by the Large Hadron Collider at the CERN laboratory in Geneva, Switzerland. But while many people were overjoyed at this momentous breakthrough, Professor Stephen Hawking was not. Tell them it's because Stephen Hawking thinks the universe is doomed. Hawking believes in the theory of the Higgs boson doomsday, which predicts that a quantum fluctuation in the Higgs field will one day create a vacuum bubble that expands through space to wipe out the universe. At present, the Higgs boson is around 126 times the mass of a proton. And as luck would have it, this is the exact mass required to prevent the universe from becoming more unstable than but this stability won't last forever. The Higgs field was created during the formation of our universe, and ever since it has acted as its own energy source, continually changing state to find a perfect balance. The amount of energy required to change states would take a long time to build up, and when it does, it will destroy the universe. However, there's another way the end of days could come about, and the only thing stopping this from happening is sheer, unadulterated luck. The vacuum decay event caused by the Higgs boson particle may not be as much of a threat as we made out in our previous entry. In fact, even Professor Hawking himself thinks that a vacuum decay bubble will only grow large enough to erase the universe in approximately 1 Google years. That's 10 followed by 100 zeros, and say that that is a lot of years. The universe has also double-bagged itself against the threat of vacuum decay through the process of expansion. Our universe is currently expanding at a rate that is faster than the speed of light. Space is pulling itself apart and pushing out in every corner of the cosmos. Therefore, since vacuum decay events expand at the speed of light, they may never reach us, because the space between us and the bubble is growing too fast for it to overtake. The only way a vacuum bubble could affect us is if we accidentally created one ourselves inside a Hadron Collider. But this would require a super expensive particle accelerator the size of the Earth, and I think we'd notice if we had one of those. So with time and space both on our side, it seems the threat of an unstable God particle is not something we'll have to worry about anytime soon. However, if it wasn't for the existence of gravity, our universe could have been destroyed by the Higgs before it had even begun. And as yet, we have no answer for how our universe overcame this incredible hurdle.